Today we're collecting from several of our mini claw machines on our route, actually 10 of our machines. We got our whole route in this video, and we're starting it off here at this Mexican restaurant. We got it all filled up with new plush. This location has sort of slowed down since I got it about a month ago, but still a decent amount of quarters right there, about $4 right there in quarters. This location used to do about $150 a week, and now we're only seeing 50 to 80. Still a decent amount. It is definitely a location that is a keeper, but nowhere near what it was doing the first weeks. And you will see that with new claw machine locations. As you can see, not a huge stack there, but still good cash, good profit. Let's go ahead and take this money and put it in the bag. This location, we also do not have a commission split, so that sort of helps out a lot too. Let's go ahead and get these last two bills in there too in our DeWalt bag. Actually took inspiration from Extreme Vending with his DeWalt bag and figured it worked pretty well, and it's working so far for me. This location made $72 for the week. Still pretty good. Let's go ahead and move on to our next location, a Charlie's Philly cheesesteak. Let's go ahead and snap and fill it up with product. As you can see, we got a good assortment in there. I'll sort of dive deep into what we have in there in our next location that we do, but there is a decent amount of quarters in there. There was about $30, 20, 30 bucks in quarters in there. And that is really good for this location. I usually only do about $10 in quarters. And this whole collection was really quarter heavy. So that was kind of cool to see because usually we're used to dollar bills. And I did swap over the DBA at this location, so we do have a cassette. Was tired of picking up all those bills. And there is a decent stack in there. Less than what we usually get, but still nothing to be worried about. Let's go ahead and fan it out and check for $5 bills. And it was just ones, this collection, which is still good. Let's go ahead and stack this up and put it on our bag. Let's go ahead and take the cassette and put it on the back of the DBA. This location made $92 for the week. Still pretty good. Not nowhere near what this location was making the first time. But like I said, you will see that happen. But still a very good location. Let's go ahead and move on to our best location by far. You can see how far the plush is down here. And like I said, we're going to dive in to what plush we are putting in this machine. We do have some Pokemon plush, along with some mini Squashmallows or Squishmallows. Actually got grilled in the comments for calling it a Squashmallow. I guess it's a Squishmallow. Sorry, I'm not up to date with the kid toy verbiage. But we also got some Super Mario plush in there, along with some ducks. I will link below all the places you can get this plush down below. Most of it is from Eva on Alibaba. And it is a great way to get your plush, a lot cheaper than getting products here in the USA. But let's go ahead and speed this up and snap and put all new product in there. Looking great. Let's go ahead and close that up and move on to the coins. Pretty good. This is actually a Mexican restaurant too. We do have, I think, 4 Mexican restaurants, so definitely the top of the line when you get a Mexican restaurant. But as you can see, about $30 in quarters in there, and look at all those down there. That was absolutely amazing. Let's go ahead and put the coin drawer back and move on to the dollar bills. And I was completely blown away again, just like last week, of how full this location was. This is only my second time collecting from this location, so still pretty good. And we actually had a $10 bill there. You can also see a 5 there. Boom. This is just absolutely stacked. And another 5 right there. There was tons of 5s and 10s all littered in this. This location just rakes. Let's go ahead and grab handfuls of cash here. Pretty decent. There we go. Let's go ahead and get them off the floor. I know Extreme Vending would be mad with me for getting them on the floor. I know his wife zooms in on all the dollar bills that he drops. It's kind of a funny inside joke of the vending community. But there we go. We got all the dollar bills put in our bag right there. Let's go ahead and close this up. This location made $153 for the week. Very good. Let's go ahead and move on to our Chinese buffet. And this location was actually shut off half the week. My timer wasn't working well, so it's not going to be a great collection, but still a decent amount of money. I actually did fix the timer, so the next week we will be looking good on money. I was actually checking the MoMA app, and we do look pretty good for the next collection, but still not a bad collection. We actually did have a $5 bill in there. Let's go ahead and put our cassette back on the machine. This location made only $43 for the week, but like I said, next week we will be looking around the hundreds again. Let's go ahead and move on here to our next location. This is a Thai restaurant, and it is one of my worst locations. I'm actually probably going to relocate this location, so look for it in a new spot in another video. Hopefully I'll actually relocate that tomorrow as I'm going out to do that, but not bad on quarters there, about $5 in quarters on this location. And this is 2 weeks at this location, so it is spread out, so not very good at all. And a little stack in there. Let's go ahead and take that out and put the cassette back on the DBA. There we go. This location only made $32 for those 2 weeks, so definitely a spot we need to relocate. Along with the next one here, this is a Jamaican restaurant, and this is actually a month collection. I really need to relocate this location too. That is all part of the mini claw machine business. You'll find places that really aren't great, and a decent amount of quarters there, about $10, but like I said, a month at this location, so really you're only looking at $2 a week, $2.50 a week, so not great like our other locations. All the ones from here out will be week collections. So let's go ahead and move on to the dollar bills. And I was expecting a decent amount of money since it has been a month, but I was let down by this location once again, and that is absolutely putrid. We are going to have to relocate this location. I really like the owner, so I thought it would work out. And I've seen people play it before, so I don't know if it gets shut off when I'm not there or something, but anyway, not great at that location. That only made $23 for the entire month, so pretty terrible. Let's go ahead and move on to one of our slower locations again. This is a pizza place, and pretty good on the quarters. This is a week, probably about $10 there in quarters. Let's go ahead and move on to the cash, and very light on the cash. We only had about probably $5 in there in our hands, but that brings us to a total of $16. I guess we did have 11 in our hands there, or vice versa in quarters. Anyway, blah blah blah. Anyway, on to our next location, to a chicken joint. Let's go ahead and fill this up with some plush. We got more of those Pokemon plush along with a Luigi plush. Those Mario and Luigi plush were actually very expensive. They were $120 a piece, so actually losing money if they were one every time, but luckily they're not. So we're still making a decent amount of money, but generally you want to get product under $1. Let's go ahead and close that up and move on to the coins. And this was absolutely stacked on quarters. We did very good this week on quarters, and I'd estimate about $15 in quarters right there. Let's go ahead and move on to the dollar bills. Let's go ahead and crack the cassette off the DBA. There we go. Make sure not to smash our wires. And a little stack in there, not too great. This location made $55 for the week. Still not terrible. Let's go ahead and move on to our second to last location. This is another Mexican restaurant. Mexican restaurants just do great for me. This is one of my better locations. So I was expecting to see a lot of quarters in here, but nothing. I actually looked at the coin mech, and there's actually a penny jammed in there. I didn't know why it didn't throw an error. It seemed to still be working with the lights. Usually there's a little E that shows up on the candy machines mechs, but that wasn't the case, so I actually had to open it up and redo it. So there we go. We actually had a decent amount from this location, and I see a $10 bill there on the top. That DBA was about half full, or the cassette rather, and we actually had a $5 bill. Let's go ahead and fan it all out and put the DBA back, or the cassette back on the DBA. This location made $92 for the week. I know we had another location make $92, so that's pretty good. I'm pretty excited about that. And we're on to our last location where we only have rubber ducks. We actually did replace the mech, or the Mega Prize, with a rubber 6-inch rubber duck. So that'll be cool to win. I know the employees were all gathered around it looking, and we do have a decent amount of quarters in there. About $20 in quarters there. This is a 2-week collection from this location. I usually only go about a week. but I didn't get the chance to go last week, so it will be a decent amount of money compared to usually 1 week. Let's go ahead and put the coin drawer back and move on to the dollar bills. If we can get this open, or the key in there. There we go. Let's go ahead and crack this cassette off the DBA. Let's go ahead and open it up. And boom, about a half full a dollar bill catcher right there. And let's go ahead and spread it out. We actually did have a $5 bill, which I didn't show in there, but still a really, really decent collection for the 2 weeks. This location made $162 for the week. Pretty good. In total, we made $695 from the 10 locations. Would like to see that get up around the $1,000 mark, make $100 per location, but still pretty decent. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did make it all the way to the end of the video, may still subscribe as you did enjoy my content. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.